What's good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the driveway, where today it honestly feels like I'm collecting a brand new car all over again. You might even recognize the scenery behind me, because just over a year ago I revealed for the first time on camera my newest automotive purchase, my 2014 Honda Accord EX 6-speed manual. And as elated as I was at the time, I inevitably knew that for a car that was approaching a decade old, that it was going to require some serious maintenance. And that is what we are here to talk about today, because about 15 minutes ago, I brought my car over to this parking lot, having just gone through some major routine maintenance at a major named Honda dealership here in North Houston. And really the whole purpose of this video is to show you that it really doesn't cost you as much as you think to even keep cars like this decade-old Honda running like brand new. But as much as service costs are the focus of this video today, I wanted to very quickly dispel a very small myth that I have learned over the years with cars like this Honda Accord, which are, not everybody will tell you just how much maintenance has to go into some of these in order to keep them running like they were fresh off the showroom floor. Now, I know Hondas, Nissans, Toyotas, and even older Mazdas have been known to be some of the most bulletproof cars on the road. Maybe not Nissan, that's just a personal opinion of mine. The modern ones, not really so much. Anyways, when it comes to an older Honda like this specifically, it isn't just keep oil in it, keep gas in it, rotate the tires, and fix the inevitable ancillaries that are wearable over time. These VTEC engines, V6 or even the inline 4 like this one, do require a little bit more of a strict maintenance schedule, which is exactly what happened to this car only just a day ago. But anyways, before I get to just how much it cost me to fix this thing, unfortunately, my baby already has suffered her first injury in my care. Now, keep in mind, as I've said in previous videos, this car has had absolutely no aftermarket paint work whatsoever. But unfortunately, before Christmas last year, I discovered this down here on my driver's door. And it doesn't just start there. There is a nick in my front wheel, and there is a tiny little scratch on my front bumper. But the good news is, apart from the wheel, the front bumper and this door are all easily polishable. The scratches on this mark right here are not down to the primer, so I am very, very thankful for that. But anyways, enough gab. Let's get inside real quick, and there is my service receipt. So let's just see how much a main name dealership charged me just to fix my decade-old daily. Now, I know what you guys are going to say already. You could have done all of that work yourself, or you could have taken it to a mom and pop shop and got it done for a whole lot less and saved yourself all this money and blah, blah, blah. I get it. I know. But I'm a little more anal with this car than most people, not just as an enthusiast, but as somebody who is a little OCD about their vehicle. Sometimes it's worth spending the extra money to know that your manufacturer is the one laying their hands on your car, especially also considering that at the time I purchased this 2014 Accord, every single nut and bolt had been touched by one Honda dealership its entire life. It had never been taken to a Midas or a Jiffy Lube or any of those little oil change places or anything like that to have any of its other work done. It was all done by Honda North America. So as such, I wanted to continue that trend, but unfortunately, I don't live near the dealership where this car was originally serviced. So as such, I turned to the closest one to me, who I happen to know the owner of pretty decently well, considering I worked for one of his dealerships at one point, and that is Team GILLMAN Honda North. This actually used to be Honda of Spring, for those of you who have lived in the North Houston area for a certain amount of time, but Team GILLMAN has never done me wrong. Now, this is not a plug. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I just do believe they provide some of the better quality service of any dealership I've ever brought any car I've ever owned to. Now, 4 pages worth of stuff just to get my car fixed. So let's take a quick run through and see just how much or just what needed to be done on my car. So the first item here describes that I needed a complete coolant change. Now, I understand I could have definitely done this myself, but
for $110.17 worth of labor and $68.18 worth of parts, plus $11.02 worth of miscellaneous. And you'll kind of see the same theme going on as we go along. That total ran me $189.37. Second item on the list, upon inspection, technician recommends valve cover gasket. That was thrown in as part of the biggest item on this entire service list. They performed a complete multi-point vehicle inspection and battery test. Both of those were free. Yes, the next big one. Customer requests drive belt has reached its service limit and needs to be replaced with Honda genuine belt. The part itself was $89.79. That one was a little bit steep for me. And to replace that was $175 worth of labor. Again, the parts may not be much, but to pay someone else to fix your car, you're starting to see what I'm talking about. I was also told that all 4 of my spark plugs may have been close to, if not the original ones in this car. Yeah, that kind of worried me a bit. So I went ahead and said, okay, go ahead and do it. As such, that total ran me $28 worth of parts and $112 worth of labor, which ultimately brought that to about $140 worth of work. And then, by the way, on that previous one, $282.29 to replace the drive belt. And let's see, multi-point inspection, valve cover. Yes, this was the big one. So Honda VTEC motors, 4-cylinder or 6, as I mentioned, do require a valve adjustment for every so often, for every so many tens of thousands of miles. That's what I was trying to say. The total shop supplies was $49.50. The gaskets and ultimate supplies ran $17.41, but it was $450 worth of labor just to take off the valve cover, replace the gasket, clean everything up, and adjust the valves back to factory specifications. That one kind of hurt a little bit, but all in, after all of that, like I said, $1,225.18, which to me, that is a drop in the bucket compared to what we spend on most modern cars to fix them up. You look at like a 2022 or 2023, the parts are probably even more expensive than this, despite being a more modern vehicle. But now it's time to see just how good that work really was.
Alrighty, so the hood is open. Let's go ahead, get in here and take a look. And there is that 2.4 liter K24 4-cylinder engine. Now, if you had seen this car before, you would have seen down here in the engine, right in the front, there was oil residue everywhere. As a matter of fact, you can see a little bit of remnants of it right down there next to the alternator. You can see that brand new Honda drive belt sitting right there, so that's always a nice sight to see. And of course, all the plugs and coil packs and everything are hidden underneath that Earth Dreams engine cover, so I can't really get to that. But I love how they cleaned it up in here. It looks so much better. And of course, the valves are buried way down there under all of that black plastic. So I can't really show you everything that was done on this car, but I can get back inside, start this thing up, and you guys have to listen to just how quiet this car really is. Seriously, listen to that. Running like an absolute sewing machine. If you guys had heard this car a couple of days ago, it was a lot louder than this. So it was definitely time to get those valves adjusted. But I mean, listen, just come in close. Oh, I'm just so elated this car sounds as good as it does. I'm not ever going to get rid of this thing. I'm telling you guys right now, you'll have to pry this car out of my cold, dead hands before I ever think about buying another one. I mean, oh, she sounds so good, and it's so smooth. It's not vibrating, nothing. I actually had the transmission fluid looked at and ultimately changed in this car as well. So the 6-speed, I mean, just an absolute joy to row through the gears. Absolutely love that. And on that note, guys, this now wraps up my quick little service update on my 2014 Honda Accord. If you guys want to see more videos on this car, or perhaps you like what you've seen thus far, give this video a thumbs up, and also while you're at it, hit the subscribe button down below. And also while you're at it, don't forget to visit the description box. I have included the information for Team GILLMAN Honda North and their service department down below as well. And be sure to tell them when you decide to visit, if you ever do, that you saw where to go here on the driveway. But at the end of it, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.